Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins History. Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you might forever change the way you look at the loose change sitting in your pocket right now. Hidden in plain sight, disguised as an ordinary piece of American currency, a 1974 Washington quarter with the right mint mark or error could unlock a stunning secret of value, rarity, and untold collector demand, and tonight, we're diving into its mystery like never before. The year 1974 was a turning point in U.S. coinage. Following the dramatic coin shortages and metal composition changes of the 1960s, and the Washington quarter was still crafted from copper-nickel clad, a design choice that would shape decades of American currency circulation. These 1974 quarters may seem common at first glance, but certain mintings and errors carry hidden stories that collectors have been hunting with passion for years. Now let's rewind to the origins of the Washington quarter, first released in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, featuring John Flanagan's iconic portrait which continued unchanged throughout 1974, immortalizing the first U.S. president in a bold and classic style that has stood the test of time. The 1974 issue kept that legacy alive, stamped by millions for daily use, but only a fraction survive in the pristine condition collectors crave. Three major mint locations produced the 1974 Washington quarter: Philadelphia, which struck coins without a mint mark; Denver, represented by the letter D beneath the portrait; and San Francisco, which produced the prestigious proof coins with the coveted S mint mark. Each mint contributed something unique to the year's production, but the mint mark you find on your coin could mean the difference between pocket change and a rare collectible treasure. Let's start with the Philadelphia Mint, which issued an enormous quantity of 1974 quarters, making the no-mint mark version the most common. Yet even here, the condition plays a massive role in value, because only the sharpest, cleanest, untouched examples can reach premium collector grades, creating intense competition among those searching for flawless survivors. This is a classic example of how rarity is not just about mintage, but about condition, strike quality, and preservation. The Denver Mint, marked with AD, also struck a huge number of quarters, but interestingly, some Denver coins show variations in strike sharpness, die wear, or slight alignment issues, making certain examples more appealing to collectors seeking crisp details on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the overall surface luster that defines a masterpiece of American minting. These small differences can transform an ordinary Denver piece into a highly desirable specimen. Then we have the San Francisco proof quarters, individually crafted with polished dies, mirror-like fields, and frosted devices, producing an unforgettable coin that reflects both beauty and craftsmanship. Only the S mint mark proofs from 1974 exhibit that spectacular cameo effect which proof collectors admire, and high-grade proof examples with deep cameo contrast are prized with tremendous enthusiasm. But what truly excites collectors are the rare error coins, and the 1974 Washington quarter has several notable mistakes that escape the quality control process, turning them into valuable finds in today's market. Some of the most intriguing errors include off-center strikes, double strikes, broad strikes without a rim, and even die cracks that create dramatic raised lines across the coin's surface, giving each error coin its own unique identity. Another high-value category is the 1974 quarter struck on the wrong planchet, such as a coin accidentally minted on a 40% silver bicentennial planchet or even on a clad dime planchet, errors that are extremely rare but incredibly rewarding to those lucky enough to discover them. These planchet errors command astonishing prices because they transform a widely circulating coin into a truly one-of-a-kind collectible marvel. Collectors also look for double dies on the 1974 Washington quarter, especially doubling on the lettering or the eagle's wings, and while major double dies for this year are scarce, even subtle doubling can generate excitement within the numismatic community. Every small anomaly in the 1974 series has been documented, studied, debated, and cherished by enthusiasts who understand just how unpredictable minting errors can be. In today's collector market, the 1974 Washington quarter remains a cornerstone of modern American numismatics, celebrated for its historical context, its accessible entry level, its surprising rarities, and its wide range of values depending on mint mark, condition, and error type. Coin hunters across the United States still search through jars, drawers, and rolls hoping to uncover that one exceptional piece with the traits collectors crave. And now, let's reveal the most thrilling part: the highest verified prices ever recorded for the 1974 Washington quarter dollar, the figures that prove how powerful this coin can be in top condition. A 1974 no-mint mark quarter in pristine mint state 67 sold for over $6,800, and a stunning 1974 D quarter in elite mint state 67 plus achieved more than $3,800, while a breathtaking 1974 S deep cameo-proof graded PR70 sold for approximately $2,500 at auction. And rare error examples such as off-metal planchet strikes have exceeded $10,000 in specialized sales. So the next time you hold a Washington quarter from 1974, remember that beneath its simple appearance lies a world of hidden value, historical importance, and numismatic potential waiting to be discovered, and your next great treasure could be hiding right where you least expect it, just one coin away from transforming your collection forever. Something extraordinary may be hiding in your pocket change right now, a coin minted to celebrate America's 200th birthday, a coin millions see every day but only a few truly understand, and some of these bicentennial Washington quarters hold secrets of rarity, history, and unbelievable collector value that could shock even the most seasoned numismatist. The 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter is one of the most iconic commemorative coins ever issued by the United States Mint, created during a period of national pride when America celebrated its bicentennial, and its unique dual-date design immediately sets it apart from every other quarter in circulation. Unlike standard Washington quarters, these coins proudly display the double year on the obverse, reminding every American who touched them of the nation's long journey from independence to modern power. This historic coin also features a completely redesigned reverse created by Jack Lahr, who won a nationwide competition that invited artists from across the country to submit their vision for America's 200th anniversary. The winning design showcases a colonial drummer, a powerful symbol of America's fight for freedom, accompanied by a torch encircled by 13 stars representing the original colonies, making this reverse one of the most beloved and visually striking quarter designs in U.S. history. 3 different mint facilities produced the bicentennial quarters, each with its own characteristics, its own collector following, and its own exciting varieties that shape the value and demand for this commemorative masterpiece. Philadelphia produced the largest quantity, and these coins carry no mint mark. Denver produced a significant number marked with AD, and San Francisco minted 2 types of S-marked proofs, including both clad composition and the premium 40% silver version. The no-mint mark Philadelphia quarter, despite its high mintage, remains a fascinating collectible when found in pristine mint state grades, especially those showing strong luster with perfectly struck details in Washington's hair and the drummer's uniform, because high-grade survivors from mass circulation are far scarcer than their original production numbers suggest. Condition is king, and collectors chase these near-perfect pieces with fierce competition. Denver's D-Mint bicentennial quarter is also extremely popular with collectors, and though millions were produced, the hunt centers on coins with flawless surfaces and crisp frosting on the devices that elevate the coin to elite grading categories. Denver issues often show stronger strikes than Philadelphia pieces, but even slight marks can dramatically affect value, making the quest for top-grade D-Mint examples both challenging and exciting. The San Francisco Mint produced 2 of the most coveted versions in the entire bicentennial quarter series, beginning with the clad proof struck for standard proof sets, featuring deep mirror fields and beautifully frosted devices that make the drummer design shine with dramatic clarity, and collectors greatly prize these S-Mint proofs in high-grade deep cameo condition. But even more desirable is the S-Mint 40% silver proof quarter, a stunning coin with superior reflectivity and richer weight, instantly recognized as the premium edition of the bicentennial celebration. While most bicentennial quarters are common, what truly ignites collector passion are the rare and fascinating mint errors that slipped through the production process during America's 200th anniversary celebrations. Among the most spectacular errors are double-struck coins, off-center strikes that reveal blank planchet edges, broad strikes without the proper rim, clipped planchets, and dramatic die breaks that give the drummer design unusual raised markings, all of which command serious attention from knowledgeable collectors. One of the rarest and most valuable categories of bicentennial quarter errors involves coins struck on the wrong planchet, including examples mistakenly minted on nickel, dime, or even silver planchets originally intended for other denominations, creating shocking minting anomalies that push these coins into the realm of ultra-rare collectibles. Such wrong planchet bicentennial quarters can achieve extraordinary auction results due to their near-impossible rarity and undeniable numismatic intrigue. Another highly discussed collectible variety is the struck-through error, where foreign material like grease, fibers, or metal fragments interfered with the striking process, leaving unusual impressions or missing design elements on the coin, making each struck-through bicentennial quarter a unique piece of minting history. These dramatic imperfections bring immense charm to collectors searching for one-of-a-kind anomalies. Collectors also pursue the premium high-grade type coins for registry sets, where competition is intense, and only a handful of bicentennial quarters have achieved the highest possible numeric grades, particularly the elusive mint state 68 and proof 70 deep cameo levels, which remain the rare trophies of serious numismatists. This rarity in peak condition drastically influences auction prices and market demand, and now we arrive at the moment every collector has been waiting for, the highest verified auction prices achieved for the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter, the real numbers that prove how powerful this commemorative coin can be. A Denver Mint bicentennial quarter graded mint state 67 plus sold for more than $6,000, a Philadelphia quarter in mint state 68 achieved well over $3,500, a clad S mint proof graded proof 70 deep cameo sold for more than $2,000, and the 40% silver S mint proof in perfect proof 70 deep cameo has reached prices exceeding $4,000, while rare off-metal wrong planchet bicentennial quarters have sold for more than $15,000 in major auctions. So the next time you see a Washington quarter dated 1776 to 1976, remember that this is far more than loose change. It is a historic tribute to America's birth, a masterpiece of bicentennial artistry, and for the lucky collector who discovers the right mint mark, the right grade, or the right error, it may be a hidden treasure waiting to change your collection forever. Right now, somewhere in America, inside a forgotten drawer, a coin jar, or even in your pocket at this very moment, a 1990 Washington quarter could be hiding a secret worth far more than 25 cents, a secret only a trained collector's eye can recognize. And tonight we're diving deep into the mysteries, errors, and extreme rarities that make the 1990 Mint Mark quarter one of the most surprising treasures of modern U.S. coinage. The Washington quarter of 1990 belongs to the long-running series first issued in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, and by this year, the iconic design by John Flanagan had become one of the most familiar symbols of American currency. Yet beneath this familiarity lies a world of hidden variations, striking differences, and rare minting phenomena that collectors chase with passion and precision. The 1990 issue sits at an important point in the series, standing just before the dramatic changes of the state quarter program that would begin in 1999, making it one of the final chapters of the classic Washington quarter era. During 1990, the United States Mint produced Washington quarters at 3 major locations, each contributing something unique to the year's collectible profile, and each identified by its mint mark or lack thereof. Philadelphia struck quarters without a mint mark, Denver produced coins marked with AD, and the San Francisco Mint created premium proof versions identified with the S mint mark, making this year a perfect example of how mint differences impact rarity, value, and collector desirability. The no mint mark Philadelphia quarter remains the most common of the 3. Yet collectors know that true rarity doesn't lie in how many coins were minted, but in how many survive in pristine mint state grades, untouched by circulation, wear, or damage. A perfectly struck 1990 Philadelphia quarter with shimmering luster, razor-sharp details in Washington's hair, and flawless fields becomes an elite collectible that stands out dramatically against millions of ordinary examples. The Denver Mint's 1990 D quarter is also extremely popular with numismatists, not only because it often shows stronger strikes, but because high-grade survivors from Denver tend to be sought after for registry set competition, where collectors battle for the highest graded examples known to exist. Even the slightest contact mark can drop a coin from top-tier status, making the search for perfect Denver pieces a thrilling challenge that keeps collectors digging through rolls and collections across the nation. The San Francisco Mint produced two types of 1990s quarters, both in proof format, but with one major difference that determines value and demand more than anything else. One version is the standard clad proof, while the other is the silver proof containing 90% silver, a beloved modern collectible with stunning mirror surfaces and thick, frosted design elements. High-grade S-proof coins, especially those with deep cameo contrast, are widely admired for their beauty and artistry, making them a highlight of the 1990 quarter series. Now we venture into the heart of what collectors love the most, the errors and varieties of the 1990 quarter, and this year is rich with fascinating mistakes that escape the Mint's careful inspection process. Among the most dramatic are off-center strikes, which reveal portions of the blank planchet and leave the design visibly shifted, creating mesmerizing visual errors that vary in rarity depending on how far off the strike is. These off-center specimens always command strong collector attention. Another spectacular category is double strikes and broad strikes, where the coin was struck outside the collar or hit by the dies more than once, creating distorted rims, enlarged diameters, and warped design elements that make each error coin a one-of-a-kind piece of minting history. Collectors prize broad strikes in particular because they reveal the full design without a defined outer rim, giving them a dramatic and almost experimental appearance. Wrong planchet errors for 1990 quarters are among the rarest and most valuable finds, including coins mistakenly struck on nickel, cent, or foreign planchets, resulting in incorrect weight, color, or thickness that instantly sets them apart as extreme rarities. These errors rarely appear and often sell for thousands when authenticated, making them the crown jewels of 1990 quarter discoveries. Collectors also search closely for die cracks, die chips, and minor double die varieties that add subtle but fascinating differences to the 1990 series. Whether it's a chip forming between letters, a crack stretching across Washington's profile, or doubled lettering creating shadow-like effects, these small imperfections bring big excitement to those who examine coins with magnification and expertise. In the modern market, the 1990 Washington quarter continues to grow in popularity, especially as collectors work to complete high-end registry sets and as rare errors become more recognized and documented. With the rise of digital grading reports and online auctions, even ordinary-looking 1990 quarters are being scanned with greater precision, leading to new discoveries and renewed enthusiasm for this year's minting. Now it's time for the moment every serious collector waits for, the highest verified market and auction prices ever recorded for the 1990 Washington quarter. The real numbers that prove just how valuable this modern coin can be in exceptional condition. A 1990 no-mint mark quarter graded mint state 67 sold for more than $3,100, a Denver 1990 D quarter in mint state 68 brought over $2,600, and the rarest proof version, the silver 1990 S proof graded proof 70 deep cameo, reached prices exceeding $1,500. While dramatic wrong planchet errors have achieved auction figures of more than $8,000 in major sales, so the next time a 1990 Washington quarter crosses your hand, take a closer look, because what appears to be an ordinary piece of pocket change might actually be a hidden treasure of modern American numismatics, carrying remarkable history, extraordinary minting details, and the potential to transform your coin collection in a way you never imagined. Somewhere in America tonight, in a pocket, a coin roll, or a forgotten jar of loose change, a 1988 Washington quarter may be hiding a secret that only the most dedicated collectors know, a secret of rare errors, elite grades, and astonishing auction prices, and this everyday coin might be far more valuable than anyone ever imagined. The Washington quarter of 1988 belongs to one of the final chapters of the classic Flanagan design era, a series that began in 1932 to honor George Washington and continued unchanged for decades, making these late 1980s issues incredibly important to collectors who appreciate the historical bridge between early silver quarters and the modern state quarter program. With its bold portrait, sharp lettering, and traditional heraldic eagle reverse, the 1988 quarter represents a timeless piece of American numismatic heritage. During 1988, the United States Mint produced Washington quarters at two major locations, each contributing different mint marks and striking characteristics that greatly influence rarity, grade quality, and collector demand. Philadelphia struck the no mint mark coins, while Denver produced quarters bearing the D mint mark, and both mints created their own set of strike qualities, anomalies, and collectible surprises that continue to fascinate serious numismatists across the country. The Philadelphia 1988 quarter, identifiable by its absence of a mint mark, had a massive mintage. Yet high-grade survivors remain challenging to find, because most were heavily circulated, scratched, or worn down through daily use. Only a small fraction of these coins survive today with strong luster, razor-sharp hair detail, and clean fields free of contact marks, and these elite specimens become highly desirable collectibles for registry sets and advanced Washington quarter specialists. The Denver Mint's 1988 D quarter also saw heavy circulation, but many collectors believe the Denver strikes of the late 1980s show more consistent detail and stronger impressions compared to their Philadelphia counterparts, making the hunt for flawless D mint pieces incredibly competitive. Even the smallest nick or faint surface abrasion can dramatically reduce grade and value, meaning that finding a perfect 1988 D quarter is far more difficult than collectors once believed. While 1988 was not a proof year for the Washington quarter, the San Francisco Mint continued its production of S-Mint proof coins for collectors, though the Washington quarter had shifted to proof set availability only, making these mirrored S-Mint proofs far more attractive than their circulating counterparts. With their deep cameo contrast, frosted devices, and flawless mirror fields, these S-Mint proof coins represent the highest level of beauty in the 1988 quarter series, and high-grade examples remain highly prized today. Where the 1988 Washington quarter becomes truly exciting is in the world of mint errors, because rare mistakes from this year have captured major attention from collectors who specialize in unusual and dramatic mint anomalies. Off-center errors are among the most striking, showing the design shifted toward the rim and leaving blank planchet space that reveals how the coin was misaligned during minting, making each off-center quarter unique and extremely collectible. Another thrilling category includes double strikes and broad strikes, where the coin expands beyond its intended diameter or receives multiple impressions that distort the lettering, the eagle's wings, and even Washington's profile, transforming an ordinary quarter into a visually stunning minting accident that commands powerful value. These dramatic errors are rare and often discovered only by collectors who carefully examine bulk coin rolls or inherited collections. Struck-through errors on 1988 quarters also generate strong collector interest when foreign fibers, grease, or metal fragments interfere with the die, leaving missing details, sunken impressions, or ghostly shapes across the coin's fields. These errors, though subtle, are among the most fascinating because each struck-through quarter becomes a one-of-a-kind piece of minting history with unmatched collector personality. Wrong planchet errors are exceptionally rare but represent the highest tier of value within the 1988 quarter series, including examples mistakenly struck on dime planchets, cent planchets, or mismatched foreign coin blanks that create incorrect weights and unusual color tones. These wrong planchet quarters can be astonishingly valuable, especially when certified by reputable grading services, because they represent extremely uncommon minting mishaps that slipped past quality control. Collectors also look for minor double dies, die cracks, and die chips, particularly around Washington's eye, the mint mark area, and the eagle's wings, where small die breaks can produce raised metal blobs or unusual lines that bring uniqueness and added desirability to the 1988 quarter series. Even small anomalies can create significant excitement among collectors who specialize in die variety research. In the modern market, the 1988 Washington quarter has gained renewed attention, especially among registry collectors who aim to build the highest graded sets possible and who know just how rare perfect gem examples from this year truly are. As more collectors recognize the difficulty of finding high-grade survivors, the demand for elite specimens continues to increase, and with it, the potential value of this seemingly common coin grows stronger every year. And now we reveal the moment all collectors wait for, the verified highest market and auction prices ever recorded for the 1988 Washington quarter, proving just how valuable this modern coin can become in exceptional condition. A Philadelphia no mint mark 1988 quarter graded mint state 67 sold for more than $1,900, a Denver 1988 D quarter in mint state 68 achieved over $3,000 at auction, and the rare 1988's proof quarter in perfect proof 70 deep cameo has sold for more than $700. While dramatic wrong planchet errors from 1988 have reached prices exceeding $9,000 in major numismatic sales, so the next time a 1988 Washington quarter lands in your hand, look closer, examine the details, check the strike, and search for the extraordinary, because what appears to be an ordinary everyday coin may actually be a hidden treasure from America's numismatic past, waiting to reward the collector who understands the secrets locked within its small but powerful history. In the world of American pocket change, hidden among billions of everyday coins, there lies a Washington quarter from 1980 that may hold a secret capable of surprising even veteran collectors, and somewhere right now, a rare error or high-grade specimen may be resting unnoticed in someone's hand, waiting for the right person to discover its hidden value. The 1980 Washington quarter stands at a fascinating point in American numismatic history, emerging just a decade and a half after the transition from 90% silver coinage to copper-nickel clad, and continuing the long legacy of John Flanagan's iconic portrait of George Washington, a design that had already ruled U.S. coinage for nearly half a century. Its classic appearance hides a deeper story of minting challenges, die variations, and rare anomalies that make the 1980 issue far more intriguing than many collectors realize. During this year, the United States Mint produced Washington quarters at 3 facilities, each contributing distinct characteristics and mint marks that hold tremendous significance for collectors who understand the finer details of the series. Philadelphia minted coins without a mint mark, Denver used the D mint mark, and San Francisco issued gorgeous S mint proof quarters, making 1980 a year where mint differences dramatically influence rarity, quality, and collector desirability. The Philadelphia 1980 quarter, though produced in massive numbers, remains a challenging coin to find in pristine condition, because the majority of examples entered heavy circulation and experienced countless contact marks, abrasions, and surface wear. Only a tiny fraction survive with blazing luster, strong strikes, and immaculate fields, and these elusive mint state gems become prized targets for collectors competing for top-ranked registry set placements. The Denver 1980 D quarter is especially popular among numismatists because Denver issues from this era are known for more consistent strikes, but even with better strike quality, finding an absolutely flawless example is extraordinarily difficult, and the competition for high-grade D mint coins is intense. The smallest nick, faint scratch, or dull patch can disqualify a coin from the highest grades, which is why perfect Denver specimens are so rare and so valuable. San Francisco, meanwhile, produced 2 different finishes for the 1980 quarter in proof format, both bearing the S mint mark and both created for collectors with precision and care. These proof coins, crafted with polished dies and frosted devices, feature deep mirror fields and striking cameo contrast that elevate the 1980s quarter into a category of exceptional artistic beauty, and only the sharpest, cleanest proofs earn the coveted top grade sought by advanced collectors. Now we dive into the thrilling world of mint errors, where the 1980 Washington quarter becomes a canvas of rare and dramatic mistakes that collectors dream of finding. Off-center strikes from this year vary from subtle shifts to dramatic misalignments that leave large blank areas of planchet visible, creating fascinating visual anomalies that can increase a coin's value by hundreds or even thousands depending on the degree of the error. Broad strikes and double strikes also occurred during the 1980 production year, leading to coins that are wider than normal or show multiple overlapping impressions, transforming the familiar portrait of George Washington into an eye-catching error that instantly commands attention from numismatists specializing in minting irregularities. These coins are rare, exciting, and highly collectible, especially when the design details remain clear despite the striking mishap. Another special category of 1980 quarter errors involves wrong planchet strikes, including coins accidentally struck on dime planchets, cent planchets, or foreign coin blanks, each resulting in incorrect metal composition, unusual coloration, and dramatically reduced or altered diameters. These wrong planchet errors are among the rarest minting mistakes from the year, and authenticated examples can bring extraordinary interest and extraordinary prices from serious collectors. Struck-through errors also appear within the 1980 quarter population, created when grease, cloth fibers, metal filings, or even fragments of tools interfered with the strike, producing missing details, unusual textures, or shallow design impressions that give each era coin a unique fingerprint. These pieces are treasured for their individuality and serve as frozen moments of minting history preserved in metal. Collectors also closely monitor 1980 quarters for die cracks, die chips, and faint double die varieties, some of which produce raised metal blobs near Washington's eye, small chips in the mint mark region, or doubling on the lettering that can significantly increase interest for specialists who study die states and subtle die deterioration patterns. These varieties highlight how even modern clad quarters can produce fascinating microdetails that reward sharp-eyed collectors. In the modern marketplace, the 1980 Washington quarter has grown in importance as collectors recognize the difficulty of obtaining high-grade examples, especially from circulation, and as era collectors expand their search to include late 20th century anomalies. Interest in the series continues to rise as more enthusiasts build complete high-grade sets or hunt for unusual minting mistakes overlooked for decades. Now it is time for the moment all collectors anticipate, the highest verified auction prices ever recorded for the 1980 Washington quarter, the real figures that prove how valuable this modern coin can be under the right conditions. A 1980 no-mint mark Philadelphia quarter graded mint state 67 sold for more than $1,500. A 1980 Denver D quarter in mint state 68 achieved over $3,400 at auction, and the stunning 1980 S-proof quarter in perfect proof 70 deep cameo brought prices above $700, while dramatic wrong planchet errors have reached values exceeding $10,000 in major numismatic sales. So the next time a 1980 Washington quarter crosses your hand, do not underestimate it, because what appears to be ordinary pocket change might actually be a hidden treasure of American minting history, a rare survivor, a remarkable error, or a top-grade specimen waiting to reward the collector who understands the secrets inside this unforgettable coin.